The small village of Eldergrove was a place tucked away from the busy world. It felt like a secret whispered between ancient trees. Cobblestone streets curved gently past cosy cottages. Smoke curled from chimneys, carrying the sweet scent of baking bread and burning wood. The air itself seemed to hum with a quiet, gentle magic. Golden leaves fell from the trees in the autumn breeze, dancing in the soft sunlight. They looked like little pieces of sunshine scattered on the ground. People in Eldergrove moved with a calm and happy rhythm. They greeted each other with warm smiles and kind words. It was a place where time seemed to slow down, allowing everyone to notice the small wonders around them. The magic of Eldergrove was not loud or flashy. It was in the way the morning mist hugged the hills, creating a soft, dreamy landscape. It was in the sparkling dewdrops on spiderwebs, looking like tiny strings of diamonds. The river that flowed through the village whispered stories of old times. Its water was clear and cool, reflecting the deep blue sky. Even the stones of the buildings seemed to hold memories and secrets. They had seen many seasons come and go, standing strong and silent. This peaceful magic made everyone feel safe and at home. It was a place where you could truly be yourself and listen to the quiet voice of your own heart. One crisp autumn morning, a traveller named Lennox arrived. He was led to Eldergrove not by a map, but by his dreams. For weeks he had dreamed of a village filled with golden light and a feeling of belonging. He was tired from his long journey. His boots were worn and his coat was dusty. But as he walked into the village, a sense of hope filled him. The gentle atmosphere of Eldergrove seemed to welcome him. It was just like in his dreams. He felt a pull, a quiet call, leading him further down the main street, towards a place he knew he was meant to find. Lennox looked at the friendly faces of the villagers. He saw children laughing as they chased the falling leaves. He heard the gentle ring of a blacksmith's hammer in the distance. Everything felt familiar, even though he had never been here before. The weariness of his travels began to fade away, replaced by a growing curiosity. He knew his journey had a purpose, and he felt he was very close to discovering it. The village itself seemed to be guiding his steps, leading him towards an unknown destiny. He took a deep breath of the crisp, clean air and continued walking, his heart feeling lighter than it had in a very long time. At the heart of the village, Lennox found a special shop. Its sign, carved from dark wood, read "Chronicles and Charms." The shop looked ancient and inviting. It had a deep green door and large windows filled with curious objects. Through the glass, Lennox could see stacks of old books, strange glowing orbs, and maps of places that did not exist on any normal map. The shop seemed to hum with a quiet energy, a gentle magic that called to him. It was the source of the pull he had felt since arriving in Eldergrove. He felt a mix of excitement and nervousness as he reached for the doorknob. This was the place from his dreams. Inside, the shop was even more magical than he had imagined. The air smelled of old paper, dried herbs, and a hint of cinnamon. Shelves reached from the floor to the high ceiling, overflowing with books in leather covers and shiny trinkets. Little lights floated in the air like fireflies, casting a warm golden glow on everything. There were jars filled with sparkling dust, feathered quills that seemed to write on their own, and compasses with needles that spun in wild circles. It was a place of endless wonder. Lennox felt like a child again, surrounded by more magic than he had ever thought possible. Every corner held a new secret waiting to be discovered. Standing behind a large wooden counter was a woman with silvery hair. Her hair shone like moonlight, and her eyes were the color of a starry night sky. They seemed to hold the wisdom of the cosmos. She introduced herself as Esme, the keeper of the shop. Her voice was soft and kind, like the rustling of leaves. She smiled at Lennox, a smile that made him feel seen and understood. "Welcome, traveller," she said gently. "I have been expecting you. Sometimes dreams are the best maps to follow." Esme's presence was as calming and mysterious as the shop itself. She seemed to be a part of its very magic. Lennox was amazed that she knew about his dreams. He felt a sense of comfort in her words. Esme did not ask him many questions. Instead, she let him explore the shop at his own pace. She moved quietly, tending to her strange plants and polishing her magical objects. Her calm demeanor allowed Lennox to relax and truly take in the wonders around him. He walked slowly between the shelves, running his fingers over the spines of ancient books. He felt a connection to this place, a feeling that he had finally come home. The shop was a sanctuary, a haven of peace and mystery, and Esme was its gentle guardian. In the very centre of the shop, on a beautifully carved wooden stand, rested a single large book. It was different from all the others. Its cover was made of dark, smooth leather with no title, only a glowing symbol in the middle that pulsed with a soft white light. The book seemed to hum with a gentle energy, a quiet song that only Lennox could hear. It drew him closer, away from all the other marvels in the shop. He felt a powerful connection to it, as if the book was calling his name. He approached it slowly, his heart beating with anticipation. This book felt important. It felt like the reason he was here. As Lennox stood before it, Esme spoke softly from across the room. "That is the Book of Echoes," she explained. "It does not contain stories that are already written. It holds the stories that are waiting to be told." Her words added to the mystery of the glowing book. Lennox looked from Esme to the book, his curiosity growing stronger with every passing moment. The light from the symbol on the cover seemed to grow brighter as he got closer. The humming became a little louder, a welcoming sound that filled the quiet shop. He knew, without a doubt, that he was meant to interact with this book. With a deep breath, Lennox reached out and gently placed his hand on the cover. The moment his fingers touched the smooth leather, a wave of warmth spread through him. The light from the symbol enveloped his hand, and the humming grew into a soft, melodic voice. The voice was not male or female, but it was full of wisdom and kindness. It spoke directly into his mind, not his ears. "Welcome, Lennox," the voice said. "Your journey has been long. We have been waiting. Tell us your story. Share your hopes, your fears, and your dreams. Your tale has a place within these pages." Lennox was stunned, but not afraid. The voice of the book was comforting, like an old friend. He felt a sudden, powerful urge to share everything, all the loneliness of his travels, all the dreams that had led him here, and all the unspoken hopes he held in his heart. He began to speak, his voice quiet at first, then growing stronger. He told the book about his life, his search for purpose, and his feeling that something was missing. As he spoke, the pages of the book began to fill with shimmering golden words. His story was becoming a part of the book's magic, his personal chronicle finding its home. As Lennox shared his story with the Book of Echoes, he felt a profound change within himself. The burdens he had carried for so long seemed to lift from his shoulders. Giving voice to his feelings made them clearer. The magical book did not just listen, it seemed to understand. It showed him patterns in his own life that he had never seen before. It reflected his own courage and strength back at him. He saw that his journey, which he had thought was aimless, was actually a path of self-discovery. Each step had been leading him to this very moment, to this magical shop and this enchanted book. Esme watched him with her wise, cosmic eyes. A gentle smile played on her lips. She saw the transformation happening. She saw the tired traveller becoming a hopeful soul filled with new energy. The shop, Chronicles and Charms, was more than just a place that sold magical items. It was a place where people could find themselves. It was a sanctuary for lost souls to find their way. Lennox's story, now written in glowing ink within the Book of Echoes, was a testament to the shop's true purpose. He was not just a customer. He was a part of its ongoing story, just like the many travellers who had come before him. When Lennox finished his tale, the book glowed brightly one last time, and then the light softened. He felt renewed, as if he had just woken from a long and restful sleep. He looked at Esme, his eyes shining with gratitude and wonder. He had arrived in Eldergrove as a weary traveller, searching for something he could not name. Now he felt a sense of purpose and a deep connection to the magic of the world. He also felt a connection to Esme, the kind guardian of these wonders. Perhaps his journey was not just about finding himself, but also about finding a place and a person to share his new chapter with. Lennox knew his time in Eldergrove was just beginning. The shop with its endless wonders and the village with its gentle magic felt like home. He was no longer just a traveller passing through. He was part of something bigger now. He had found magic, not in a spell or a potion, but within himself. unlocked by a special book and a kind soul. His heart was full of hope for the adventures that lay ahead. He was ready to write the next pages of his story, not with words of searching, but with words of joy, wonder, and perhaps even love, right here in the heart of Eldergrove.